Hello, hello! Day 28 of National Poetry Month. And we're down to just a couple days left, and I'm starting to worry about how I'm going to end this. Um, I will tell you that my spouse has been sort of sitting in the background listening to me record all of this stuff, and he's actually gotten mad at me because he's like, well, why haven't you read any of your poetry? So, tomorrow, for him, I will pick something that I wrote and I will read it. But I didn't want that to be how I ended this. Part of the reason that I wanted to do this was because I just needed to remember all of the poetry that I love and just kind of wanted to celebrate that. Um, I will admit that this journey's been very interesting because I'm reading it all and it's like a lot of these, I've heard the poets read them and I know I'm not doing these poems justice, right? The voice in my head and the voice that I'm, saying it out loud with. Um, but it didn't matter because it was fun. I actually had fun with this. I thought I'd be terrified. I thought I was going to quit after the first week. Um, so, if for nothing else, I wish more people would try to do this stuff. And obviously, you don't have to do it every day. But, record a poem, record a song, tell a little story. Um, so much has moved online since all of this went down. And, it really, for me, highlighted some of the things that I was talking about when I did my TEDx last year was that, you know, we can control this. We can make amazing things and share them. And I just want to have a quick shout out to the poetry websites that I've been using. The two big ones are Poetry Foundation and the Academy of American Poets, which is poets.org. Um, Phenomenal organizations. If you can support them, please do. If you can't support them, use them, right? Go read poetry for fun. I know for some people they're just like, why? Why would you do that? And, I think my answer to that would be because it's fun. And you don't have to make it make sense. You could just be like, that's an interesting take. I love that they are oftentimes puzzles that I have to solve, and doorways into new perspectives and complex emotions and creative use of language. This is a poet's job. A poet's job is to keep language plastic, keep it moving, keep it adapting. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to celebrate that this month. With that being said, not cheating tonight, just one poem. So, I actually circled around back to this poet in an unexpected way. I was looking for something to sort of capture how we're all feeling watching, cities full of people who are getting sick, across the globe. I just never in my lifetime did I think I would ever see anything like this. I did never want to and hope we never ever see anything like this again, but I wanted to try to read something that sort of captured the sentiment of it. And so I was looking, at first I was looking at eulogy poems and things like that, and I realized it's not really the whole of it. This poem isn't either, but the nuance and the reflection that happens in this poem is just so beautiful. So I'm going to read you a poem by Chen Chen, and I was blessed to be able to hear Chen Chen read at my last residency at BCFA, and it was just such a, I don't know, they're all really special readings whenever these poets get up and they share their work. But something about Chen Chen is just, it's light and effervescent and at the same time so goddamn human. And I loved that. I don't think there's another poem that could write a poem like Chen Chen can. So tonight I'm going to read one of their poems. This is In the Hospital by Chen Chen. My mother was in the hospital and everyone wanted to be my friend. But I was busy making a list. Good dog, bad citizen, short skeleton, tall mocha. Typical Tuesday. My mother was in the hospital and no one wanted to be her friend. Everyone wanted to be soft cooing sympathies. Very reasonable pigeons. No one had the tie, and our solution to it was to buy shinier watches. We were enamored with what our wrists could declare. My mother was in the hospital, and I didn't want to be her friend. Typical son, tall latte, short tail, bad plot. Great Wi-Fi in the atypical cafe. My mother was in the hospital, and she didn't want to be her friend. She wanted to be the family grocery list. Low-fat yogurt, firm tofu. She didn't trust my father to be it. You always forget something, she said. Even when I do the list for you. Even then. So, you know, it just seems so typical, so mundane, you know, this sort of family dynamic. And in the end there, that turn towards everybody just wanted to be normal. I think it's the saddest part of this poem, but it's also the part that does the most work at showing us what it means to be part of a family. We want our normal. You know? We want that. We want mom and dad bickering in the kitchen over the shopping list. And, you know, we want to always be better than we think we are. It's just a beautiful poem. And I think it sort of captures at least my mood towards what's happening. We want to be better than who we are. And we can be to a certain extent. But we also have to understand that we're just people. So, anyway, on that more depressing note that I meant to leave it off on, happy National Poetry Month, day 28. We got 2 more to go. I'm going to read something from my stuff tomorrow, and then I'm going to read you my favorite poem for the very last day. Have a good night, guys. Bye.